This P Diddy case is a perfect example of toxic love. The toxicity of a union between a male and female. How scandalous they both are equally. You have seen it with P. Diddy, how he used people to do his bidding, manipulation, but also Cassie is manipulating or did some manipulation on her own. Threatening people when they threatened to show her tapes, threatening that she'll use other people to do her bidding just as much as him. I speculate that the burner phones were just used to hide from P. Diddy tracking and tracing, but for them to plot and scheme to overthrow him, to make up an alibi, to make it look like they're more than innocent, when they played an equal role in some cases to the participation of those freak offs. And that's why I've been in confliction with, like any other average person who hear these stories. You're in confliction and you don't know who side to really just take because you on the outside looking in. But if they played a partial voluntary role in those freak offs, and in some cases she set it up with him, even when he wasn't always available or feeling up to it, then why is she not getting some of the racketeering, sex trafficking charges? It's incredible how this stuff is coming about, how things are unraveling. And that's why he, in some cases, take it very lightly, their claims, because he knows the truth. He sees past their facade, that they played equal role in the ordeal. And that's the dark truth. And I was conflicted with fighting or advocating to exonerate him or to fight for his partial innocence, even though he was manipulative and aggressive in the ordeal and using his money and power as leverage and taking advantage of their desperation. But you got to realize that they used their desperation as a weapon as well. They saw someone with success and they target him. Kind of how they did R. Kelly or any other celebrity. If they feel they can target you to get money out of you or influence or fame, fortune, they'll do it. So they know what type of guy P. Diddy probably is. A guy who's thirsty. And they took advantage and they saw an opportunity, an opening to get to him. And he likes sex and he likes desires. And he know that they like money. So both of them was taking advantage of each other. Or all having many parties there are, Jane, Maya, Mia, whatever. So you have to look at things from both sides, from the middle. And they try to manipulate you with these stories to make you biased to one or the other. And oftentimes the people, they like to try to use victimhood as a weapon to sway you from seeing things as it really are, as it really is. And as far as this P. Diddy case concerned, they knew what they was doing. Even though he was aggressive and abusive, it was toxic. And even Cassie agreed that it was toxic. It was a toxic relationship of domestic violence. was a domestic dispute issue. So best believe that's what I speculate. The Molotov and the car thing, I don't know per se, but that's toxic in itself with the three-way, the little triangle thing that had occurred with Kid Cudi and him. And then the Capricorn, Clark Capricorn, whatever the name is, being there. Either she threw it in there or he threw it in there, but either way, it's you have to speculate that, hey, how much is what they're saying is true and what is fabricated or what is exaggerated. Yes, he may have worked that girl to the bone and plugged up to a lie detector test and accusing her of stealing his jewelry, like radical stuff. But what you expect for a person who has a lot at stake, he has a lot at stake because he's invested millions of dollars in the jewelry and in his brand and in himself, and they invested in him. So he had a lot to lose. So, and not only that, the pressure of him having to keep up that brand and that facade. So he had the access to the money, and unfortunately, you get carried away. So, but they also got carried away because they saw an opportunity. They look at him like he's a opportunity. So he needs to be, in this case, exonerated. Especially if he's going to take the fall for everything. It just don't make sense to accuse him when all the parties are participants. Those men that she's calling up or he's calling up, they're willing to do these things, and they all volunteer to take the drugs while under the influence of the drugs, do these freak offs with all this oil, holy baby oil. And glad, but so where is the victimhood at? Where is the pain? Yeah, sometimes may feel guilty afterwards, but you saw opportunity and you saw a quick money, so you do it. And like I said, they target him and they go back to him and they target him as well. So they wanted to. It's just sad that it had to be extreme, but what you expect from people who have access to a lot of drugs and money and things like that. It don't have to happen like that if they have more morals, but that's why I say he needs to be, exonerated, rehabilitated, go to counseling, like recover from that stuff, because apparently he has probably been done like that himself. And it trickled it down, and Cassie started exhibiting those characteristics. That's why she started threatening folks and stuff, setting up the calls. It's toxic. It was toxic love. It was good. It was some good love, but then it was twisted type of love. It became like a addictive thing, controlling. That's what it happened. Because after them drugs, he transformed worse in some cases, but so did she and the others. Toxic love, hetero toxic love. Stop it. Just woo. All right.